A wise man once said that the good and the successful are hardly ever the same person. Show me a good person that is successful and I'll show you a bad person who is even more successful. Now, I don't remember the exact quote because although it stuck to me the instant I heard it, which is probably like 4 years ago from now, for the life of me I simply cannot find it online. I think I read it from a book years ago. Regardless, that's how the quote basically went, and it's been on my mind a lot recently. During the recent several months, we've seen a lot of big YouTubers being exposed / accused of very questionable things, immoral things, illegal things, even cruel and vile things. One big YouTuber after another gets exposed and attacked online because of it. They are threatened, they are boycotted, people enjoy observing the damage and the fallout that is laid on these YouTubers. Who knows which YouTuber will be exposed tomorrow of whatever. We're already seeing some YouTubers cutting any ties to some things that may be found questionable on their part. One after another, the curtains fall and yet another big YouTuber is exposed for cheating, scamming, illegal activities, domestic violence, rape allegations, you name it. The good and the successful are hardly ever the same person. That quote does seem strikingly accurate all of a sudden, wouldn't you agree? Well, even at times like these, I think that's a bit of a pessimistic way to look at the issue. I'm not entirely sure if the entire message of the quote is that bad guys succeed and good guys always finish last, or is there a deeper meaning to it, but I think there is another quote proving that is becoming very much relevant in the YouTube community. And that is, if you are successful, you better be good. Yeah, someone quote me on that. You see, hear me out. It would be a lot easier to become successful on YouTube by using immoral and possibly illegal methods, like stealing and re-uploading other people's videos, copying someone else, not crediting those who massively contributed to your video, plagiarism. These are the kinds of tactics that a lot of big YouTubers have used for years. Only people didn't really mind it before because in the past, YouTube was mainly about broadcasting yourself. It's a hobby, something I like to do on my spare time, innocent and fun, it's nothing serious. But YouTube has evolved since those days, it's always evolving. Making a career out of YouTube is more and more common with each passing day. Big YouTubers grow bigger and bigger to the point of them being millionaires. Their innocent hobby channels are now brands, businesses, and nothing is more important to a brand than keeping a good image. Because if the image gets tainted, you will be held accountable, you will be exposed, you will be boycotted, and eventually you will be replaced by someone else. And keeping a good image is something that a lot of big YouTubers fail to do. Although their channels, income and opportunities grow bigger and bigger, they still wish to maintain the freedom of a hobby with their brands and do whatever they want, whether that is entirely legal or not. In other words, they want all the benefits of a business but don't want any of the responsibilities. So when they get exposed for their illegal / immoral behavior, they usually decide to do something stupid like fight fire with fire or upload a hastily made apology video, which they often quickly delete afterwards because they realize that they've only dug their hole deeper. Because these big YouTubers are not businessmen. They are just random internet dudes. They have no idea how to handle bad PR. So, wanna know what's the most interesting part about this? Well, get this. For the 5 years that I've been on YouTube, I have never, ever witnessed this kind of exposing YouTubers trend that I'm seeing right now. Big YouTubers no longer get away with some of the shady tactics they have implemented in the past, but instead, they will be held accountable and punished for them. So although bad guys can still succeed on YouTube, the bottom line is this. If you wish to stay successful and have the people on your side, nothing is more important than being good. Otherwise you will be exposed, called out for it, boycotted, and the worst case scenario, replaced by someone who's good. We've already seen this with scares. Alert and Keemstar have been exposed for doing a lot of immoral, hateful and possibly illegal things over the years, and boy did they pay the price for it. Scares, which used to be the smaller YouTube news channel, has now gone past Drama Alert and even well beyond the 2 million subscriber mark, while Drama Alert has already lost over 200,000 subscribers since the exposed videos. Heck, Keemstar even removed the subscriber counter from his videos since the numbers just keep going down to this day. Not to mention that he disabled the ratings and apparently actively deletes negative comments. And these days, more often than not, YouTube recommends me scares videos instead of Drama Alert videos, whereas in the past the situation was the opposite. Now, the reason behind this phenomenon is this. YouTube standards are always getting higher and higher. However, in the past it was mostly about the quality of your content. You know, the quality has to be this and this good for you to be recognized. But these days, keeping a good image has become equally important, if not even more important. And since it's such a new thing, we're already witnessing some of the big YouTubers not being able to keep up with the change and not being able to handle the backlash. So the outcome is this. If you don't play by the rules, you will be burned. Big YouTubers used to be almost untouchable by the community no matter what they did, but no longer. Just take a look at the most recent example. T Martins and the syndicate project CSGO Lotto scam. They've been recently exposed for scamming their fans for money and possibly breaking the law while they did it, and they're both losing a lot of subscribers for it, and they are being roasted by the viewers in the comments. Both of them also went more or less quiet after the scandal, at least for a while, you know, to wait for the storm to pass or something, but the thing is, the storm will not pass for a long time. The Drama Alert is still suffering from its own storm. And this is the most crucial part of this video. Listen to this. If you add the negative feedback and the period of time of being quiet to wait for the storm to pass, all you need now is a new T Martin and a new The Syndicate project to replace these other two channels. In other words, new channels that produce similar type of content but with a clear and untainted reputation. Kind of like what happened with Scares and Drama Alert. This effect I like to call YouTube Revolution, TM, and that explains the title of the video. Let me clarify something right off the start. No, T Martin and the Syndicate project are not going anywhere. Well, except for jail perhaps, but the thing is, T Martin, for example, is no longer known as the cool Call of Duty News / Tips and Tricks channel it used to be, but instead as the CSGO Lotto scammer. If not forever, at least for a very, very long time. The Syndicate project as well. Because of this, there's a spot open for a new leading Call of Duty News / Tips and Tricks channel. Someone with a clear reputation, someone who's good. Because people no longer wish to stand behind T Martin. I often hear people saying how hard it is to get recognized on YouTube these days, but for as long as this YouTube revolution effect is a possibility, the big YouTubers are walking on thin ice. They have to play by the rules, or people will find someone who will play by the rules. Because of this, who knows? The chance of becoming big on YouTube may suddenly be that much larger. Now this CSGO Lotto scandal hit T Martin a lot harder than it hit the Syndicate project. While I don't know the exact reason behind this, my theory is that it is because the Syndicate project A handled it better, and B is already known to be kind of a scumbag. If I'm honest, I never really liked the guy. He has had his share of drama in the past, and he really strikes to me as a very unpleasant person. T Martin, on the other hand, has pretty much been the golden boy of Call of Duty community since 2011. So he's the one who really let people down. People never expected him to be capable of doing foul things like this. Sure, he has had some controversy in the past, if I recall right, something about not crediting sources properly or something like that, and if there ever was a fucking sellout in the Call of Duty community, that would have to be T Martin. If I had bought every single knick-knack he has told me to buy over the years, I swear I would probably be homeless by now. But at least I would have plenty of control freaks, customized controllers, Astro headsets and shit. But the point is, there's nothing bad about selling out. T Martin can take advantage of every sponsor deal he gets and such things for all I care. Overall, he has always struck as a good-hearted, fair guy. but not anymore. Now, although I am a second-year law student, I can't entirely say if what he did is illegal or not. It's not really my field, if you know what I mean. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that it is illegal, but I haven't looked into it myself that much. But at the very least, T. Martin obviously lied to and deceived his fans, which is a heavy blow for a good guy like him. And it's something that will haunt him for years, because the internet will never forget it. Because of this, his image is now tainted. He is now the CSGO Lotto scammer, not the cool Call to the YouTuber. And if a substitute channel for T. Martin would show up at times like these, it would be very easy for him to get people on his side, as all the negative effects against T. Martin will only accelerate his success. The same thing that happened with Scares and Drama Alert, as I seriously doubt that it was the last time we will witness this YouTube revolution effect. So it is very clear that keeping a good image and a clear reputation has never been as important on YouTube as it is today. It is as important as producing good quality content, if not even more important. If a big YouTuber's image gets tainted, it most likely will not ruin his career, but it is a label that will stick for a very long time, and he has to go through the tremendous subscriber loss and the negative feedback, and most importantly, the possible chance of losing their position in the YouTube community, whichever it may be, to another channel like their own, but with a good reputation. So what do you guys think? Agree or disagree? Do you think that it's a good thing or a bad thing that keeping a good image on YouTube is as important as it is these days? That we expect big YouTubers to follow the rules and behave at all times and promote those who succeed in doing that, and vice versa, punish those who break the rules, do immoral things and illegal things? So is this a good direction we're heading to, or should we all just chill and have fun and cookies and rainbows? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.